everybody.
Hi, guys. Well, from beautiful, if a little chilly, Salt Lake City, Utah,
It's Thank God I'm Atheist.
the podcast.
I'm Frank Feldman.
And I'm Dan Beecher.
And coming up on the show today, Dan,
Yeah.
BYU, that's Brigham Young University down in Provo, Utah.
The Mormons.
They have this nasty little thing called the Honor Code, and they have an update to it.
Yeah, and the Mormons been futzing with some things.
Yeah.
They've been doing a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of... They got their toolbox out, and they've been...
Well, yeah, they're trying. This is what they like to do. They like to try to appear like they're good on issues. The important social issues of the day. We love gay people.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they don't.
No, they don't. But we'll talk about the newest...
They're changing how the rules are written. But did they really change anything?
Nothing has changed. Everything is different, and nothing has changed.
Oh, my God. And that's coming up later. But first...
First, let me tell you something.
Yeah?
This morning, this very morning, I did some shaving.
Did you now?
I don't know if you noticed, but like my neck, my cheeks,
there was something.
I am just clean as a whistle.
Clean.
And I do so with the precision blades of a Harry's razor. And let me ask you something.
Uh-huh.
When you go out, you buy a razor in this world. Would it be better if it was on sale for 50% off?
Yeah, well, yeah, because razors, if you just go out into the world, as you say,
and buy them,
are stupid expensive.
Stupid expensive. All right, so instead of waiting for the sale, why not just get it all at like 55% off compared to the leading brand?
Oh, that's great.
From Harry's.com.
Yeah, because they also do they ever go on sale?
Do razors ever go on sale?
Yeah.
No, they just gouge you.
Yeah.
With razors. That's dangerous, you guys. That's razor gouging. You could get killed.
You could get or really hurt.
Yeah, exactly. So look.
But Harry's doesn't gouge.
Yeah. Not only are Harry's cheaper just in general.
Yeah.
You're going to save even more.
Uh-huh.
Because if you go to harrys.com/TGIA, that's Thank God I'm Atheist. You'll get $5 off the Harry's trial set.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's a great deal. It's definitely worth a try. We both love it. We use that shaving cream is the best shave gel I've ever used.
Yeah, I
love
agree.
it. The blades themselves, it's basically $2 instead of $4 to $6 for the replacement cartridge.
Yeah.
You got a 5-blade cartridge, which
is such a smooth shave.
Just glides over your face, and then you think, oh, that couldn't have done anything, and then you're shaved. Magic.
I know.
It's kind of crazy.
I have to reach up and feel my cheeks.
Did it work?
And it did.
I'll be damned. Anyway, look, Harry's has an amazing offer for just for you, the listeners of our show. New customers get $5 off that trial set. Harrys.com/TGIA. You'll get a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, foaming shave gel with aloe, and a travel cover in case you want to travel and you don't want to shave all the clothes in your suitcase.
Yeah.
So yeah, join the millions of guys who are already saving money. Go to harrys.com/TGIA, claim your offer, and then it helps us out too.
Yeah, that's great.
Everybody wins.
Absolutely. All right, Dan.
Yeah.
So apparently in Switzerland,
okay,
I've heard of it. There was some question about the Jaegermeister logo.
Okay. This is the liqueur, the herbal liqueur Jaegermeister
that for whatever reason people like to shoot.
Oh my gosh, I find it so disgustingly nasty. But I don't it's the black licorice thing. I don't like it. Some people love it. I get it.
I could not imagine shooting it, but the flavor of it. I like licorice, so
okay,
whatever.
There you go. It's like syrup.
But I don't know if you've ever really looked at the label. Have you ever looked at the label?
Well, it's got like a deer thing on it.
Yeah, it's like a stag.
Yeah,
right.
Because Jaegermeister means a master hunter.
Ooh, really?
In German.
Well, right up above the stag's head,
Okay.
between all of its antlers
Or lanterns, whatever you're
lanterners, there is a Christian cross.
Oh, yeah.
And so there's been a question, Dan,
Uh-oh.
and an accompanying lawsuit
Oh.
about the offensiveness to Christians that the Jaegermeister logo
What?
might cause.
Why would it cause offense? It's their symbol on a product. Wouldn't they like that?
Alcohol.
Oh.
Dan,
Oh.
this is not good.
Do they know that Christians drink alcohol? Not all of them.
I don't know. So this suit argued that the logo could offend the country's Christians. But do not fear, fans of Jaegermeister. A federal administrative court has ruled that the intensive use of the logo had weakened its religious character over time, making the chance of genuine offense unlikely. The logo, which apparently refers to the legend of Saint Hubertus, or
my favorite saint,
the apostle of the Ardennes. He is said to have converted to Christianity one Good Friday in the 8th century after witnessing a stag with a crucifix between its antlers. So that's what it's referencing. But I don't know, maybe the party culture and just the gross commercialization of Saint Hubertus's story got some Christians a little peeved.
I think Saint Hubertus was just getting his drank on.
I just think it's interesting that a group of Christians, just the idea that the symbolism, right, and it literally a symbol, right, the cross, that it could be somehow under their control.
We own that,
right?
That is
almost
ours.
as if it was their intellectual property, right? That they'd forgotten to actually, back in the 8th century or whatever,
they've forgotten to trademark it.
Yeah.
I just think that's so. It's, I don't know. I mean, there are lots of symbols that I find offensive, but
But this isn't like attached to, I don't know, a Holocaust or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, I mean, it is attached to lots of
fair enough, but it wasn't like what happened to the swastika,
right?
Yeah. Due to the Nazis, like that symbol has been irrevocably, just linked to something truly horrifying, right. Whereas,
by the way, just quick public service announcement.
Yeah.
Just because a symbol, I've seen this before, and I'm just going to make sure that all of our listeners understand that just because a symbol has origins in something beautiful, like the swastika did,
right,
doesn't mean you can wear it and then get mad at people for being mad at you for wearing it or whatever.
Right, because you don't understand the original.
You obviously don't get it. I mean, it was actually a sign of peace in India, so that's what I was doing. Yeah, you don't get to do it. It got ruined. You have to acknowledge the real history, and that's the end.
Yeah. Are you worried?
I am worried. I've seen it. I've seen people doing it. Ugh. So there you go.
Let's take back the swastika.
Take it back. It wasn't yours.
It was
theirs. And in India, they still use it. I saw it around in India.
Yeah. I've seen old buildings.
Apparently, India
get facades taken off, and all of a sudden there's a row of swastikas.
Whoa!
Have you ever seen this before?
No.
Oh, this happened
like a repeating sort of image,
the brick pattern.
Oh, sure.
Right.
Yeah.
But distinct.
Right.
Not just there's some weird. No, it's clear these were swastikas, and they were covered probably in the 1940s.
Right, yeah, exactly.
With some new facade, because everybody was like, oh, let's get rid of those.
Yeah.
But yeah,
interesting.
I saw a building get that treatment once. And then there was this debate about well, what should we do? And everybody made your point.
Right.
You cover it back up. Take some pictures. Cover it back up.
It's interesting history. Now make it go away. There you go. Hey, we live in Utah, where the I don't know if you know this, the legislative session is underway.
Oh, God.
Fast and furious. It's mayhem and madness up on Capitol Hill.
Oh my God, the nonsense that comes just happens every year.
Every year,
just ruins my February.
It's just the worst. And then also the drinking laws. We never know what's going to happen with our drinking laws.
Right.
We never know what's going to happen. Well, here's two things that have come out or that are trying to make their way through the Utah State Legislature as we speak.
Okay.
One, they're cracking down on pornography.
Thank God.
Thank God. And the way that they're doing that, because I don't know if you remember this, our governor declared it a statewide health emergency.
Yeah.
He did not make such a claim about the pollution, which in Salt Lake City can be as bad as Beijing.
Right.
But he did make a claim about the porn.
Yeah, well, it's a public health,
nuisance. It's a hazard. We could all die. We could all die.
It's everywhere. First of all, damn.
It is if my phone's involved. Quick, by the way, you guys, porn is fine. It's not.
We're making jokes.
Yeah, it's not addictive or anything. You can have an unhealthy relationship with it.
But, for sure. Yeah.
But don't worry, the Utah legislature is going to save you from it. And the way that they're going to do that is by requiring
I love this
a warning label, which is really here's the thing.
How is this going to be enforced?
What they do is they're making it so that you can sue. So private citizens can sue porn companies
who just stumble upon. See, here's the thing: are they talking about online porn?
The online and in person, everything.
How many times in your life? I'm sure it's happened to someone. But how many times in your life did you stumble upon porn and not know it was porn?
Right.
Right. You don't need a warning.
No.
Right. And the second one is, how many times have you just stumbled upon porn? You kind of
you're going there for the porn.
Yeah.
Although the first
there
porn
can be
I ever
some,
saw,
unsafe search results that sometimes happen, on Google, but they have settings for that.
Yeah.
Filter it out.
Absolutely. Not only that, but all of the porn sites already have acknowledge that you're over 18.
Yes, exactly.
And this warning label is just this could be harmful to kids.
It's like skull and crossbones.
Right? Yeah. Because warning labels are so effective.
The Surgeon General warning, but
you know how many people
the Gary Herbert warning.
Do you understand how many people have stopped smoking because they didn't know that it was bad for them? They looked at that label and they were like, "Holy shit, really? I could die from this. Oh my God, I'm never going to smoke again."
No, the best thing you can do is make it expensive. Right?
Yeah. Well, so anyway, it would
take away the branding.
Yeah, or something. Anyway, that's happening. That's stupid. The other thing that's happening in the Utah State Legislature, which I find fascinating, and I think I'm in support of it, is that it looks like they're going to decriminalize polygamy.
Yeah, didn't we talk about this?
Yeah, well, no.
We talked about it making its way through committee.
Yeah, so
now it's actually
now it's passing with flying colors.
Yeah.
So that's so there you go.
Did you hear the other thing that they might do?
Well,
they might make it legal to participate in wine of the month clubs.
Oh yeah,
whatnot.
I did see that
because right now you can't get it shipped to your house.
Right.
But so there's two competing bills. And what I find fascinating about both of these bills, well, especially the first one, right, is that it's just some ding dong from Utah County. Right, who's never had a drink in his life,
right,
had no idea that you couldn't even direct order wine and that this was a thing elsewhere,
right,
but that it couldn't be done here,
right,
and he's like, well, I don't see why not, right? Some Mormon guy, and he's like, well, let's run a bill, and so in his best sort of dumb, Utah County way, he creates this plan that you could direct order from the winery.
Yeah.
Right. Have it shipped to the UDABC office, the liquor store.
Right. Which is all of our liquor store. All of this liquor in the state goes through the state.
And then it would have their standard 80% markup attached to it. And then it would be shipped to your house. You're paying for shipping, and an 80% markup.
Sounds great.
Absolute insanity. Who wants to participate in that? And then somebody caught wind of that and said, oh, we can do that better. And so they were like, let's do direct shipping, have it still go to the liquor store, not all the way to people's houses, because, the children,
right,
who are what, going to be signed, like they ID you for Christ's sake and make you sign for it. They don't just leave it on your fucking doorstep.
Which, by the way, as soon as you bring it inside, you just leave it in an unlocked cabinet. Your children could still get it if they wanted to.
I know, right?
Shut up.
And so like this one would not have the 80% markup.
Okay.
But it also could not be a product that's otherwise available in the state. So, I mean, they're trying. These poor people.
They're very trying.
They try me.
They're the most. It's oh my god. All right, let's move on, please.
So Dan, I don't know why I thought this story was going to be more fun than it is. It's actually a horrible story.
Oh goody.
And so with that, sorry guys. Have you ever come across this phrasing before? A tiger widow. Do you know what a tiger widow is?
Yeah, that's like it's a plant.
It's decidedly not a plant.
Oh, okay. I've heard of a pussy willow and a
widow.
Okay,
as
fine.
in like a woman whose husband is dead.
Okay,
right.
Yeah.
Let me throw this out at you. In Bangladesh, a lot of men will go sort of out into the woods or the forests. In particular, the story focuses on one man who would go honey hunting, right?
Okay.
Out into the outside of the village that he lived in.
Sure.
And unfortunately, where they live, there are a lot of Bengal tigers.
Sure.
And the Bengal tigers attack people and eat them.
Okay.
Right?
Why wouldn't they?
Why wouldn't they?
Delicious.
Well, so what happens is these men die and their wives become known as tiger widows.
Okay.
Okay. Which I was like, okay, well, that's kind of a thing. I don't know. Well, what happens, though, is that because of local superstition, these women are shunned by their neighbors. They're branded as witches.
Oh, my God.
And even like their own family will abandon them.
Well, I mean, it is probably their fault when you think about it.
This is
who controls tigers? It's the women.
Yeah. Masamat Rashida. She says, "My sons have told me that I am an unlucky witch."
Oh my God.
And
her own sons.
They have shunned her while she's also being ostracized by the people in her community.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently this happens to over between the period of 2001 and 2011, 519 men died from tiger attacks.
Wow.
In 50 different villages in a district that has about 500,000 people.
It's a good thing these tigers are going extinct.
Think of the widows.
Think of the widows, you guys. Stop trying to save the tigers.
Can you fucking believe this?
Oh my God.
So Rashida, of course, she's heartbroken about her sons, they're adults. They're 24 and 27. They've abandoned her and their two younger siblings who still live with her. She says they are a part of this society after all. She lives in a tiny shack. The roof has been blown off by a recent cyclone.
Oh my God.
And there have been no offers of help from neighbors or officials who she says have helped others in the village but have refused to help her. Can you fucking believe this? I can't even wrap my head around. Like, well, first of all, why aren't these guys tiger sons? Right? Like, their dad, how, like...
Protect your dad. Oh,
well, I mean, God. Like, why aren't, like, how is it that this goes back to the woman?
Well, because, as we know for a fact, women suck more than men. Women are worse than men. Always. It just seems like every religion in the universe finds a way to make women at fault for everything.
I know. He just wanted some honey.
Tigers, man. All right.
Can you fucking believe that, though?
Yeah.
Okay, there are a lot of different ways that I can imagine dying. I don't like most of them, right? But this has to be a way of... I cannot imagine being mauled and eaten to death.
You know, if it wouldn't reflect so badly on my wife, I'd be pretty down with it. If Andrea wasn't going to get a bunch of crap about it, I'd be like, how badass is that? Like, Dan went out fighting a tiger. I'd be on board.
But all of a sudden, everybody's just, like, shunning.
Everybody's like,
oh, God.
Dan's pretty badass, but what did Andrea do? Did she witch that?
Yeah,
I mean, I guess they're assuming that the woman somehow goaded the tiger into it magically.
And wants to bring this shame on her?
Right?
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Nope. It's weird. It's one of the very few religious superstitions that seems not to make sense on its face. The rest of them, almost all of them, they make so much sense. But this one seems to not. Well, I'm going to go next door to India.
Oh, okay.
Where... this is also a delightful little story. Oh, we're doing so happy, so well right now. I don't know if you know this. I didn't know this, but apparently in Hinduism, a woman who is menstruating is not supposed to go into a kitchen or a temple. Now, considering...
I get the kitchen.
Considering who probably makes most of the meals in that country, I don't know how you can ask the women not to go into the kitchen for, several days in a row. But okay, apparently that's a thing.
That's fair. How are we going to eat?
Are we...
Mom's menstruating.
No. Go through menopause already.
It's fend for yourself.
So apparently there's
leftovers.
There's a college, a girls' college in the town of Bhuj that has a small temple inside in the college. And apparently there were reports of women who attend this college, of students at this college, being on the rag and going to the kitchen or going near the temple.
They were?
Or even touching each other, which is the other thing. They're not allowed to touch each other.
Touch what?
Touch other people. Yeah, you can't touch other people when you're
I don't know
going through your period of uncleanness. So apparently the solution to this was that they marched 68 women, college students, into the bathroom and inspected their underwear.
Oh my God.
One by one.
What?
Yeah. I mean, what's good, I guess, about this, is that there was some outrage. So apparently it's not normal or okay.
Right.
But it's really not normal or okay. Like, that's very much not okay. So anyway,
oh my God.
Yeah, the college is looking into it. They're looking. The trustees are.
Oh, so this wasn't sanctioned by the school.
Oh no, it was. It was. It was like okay. the head dudes were doing it, but the board is now examining it. But
getting involved. You don't want the board involved.
You don't want the board involved.
Oh my God.
So, hooray for all religion. You know how much better Eastern religions are than our stupid Western religions. So much better.
Yeah.
Tigers and menstruation and such.
Yeah. All right. Well, Dan.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll start with my shock that this headline actually exists.
Okay.
This is something that happened.
Something can still shock you?
Something can still shock me.
We've been doing this show for a minute.
The headline is Texas Church expelled from Southern Baptist Convention. Oh, what did they do? For hiring sex offender as pastor.
See, now that...
There's a lot packed into that.
I don't know. Like, is the shocking thing that they were expelled?
Okay.
Because that's the only shocking thing to me.
Shock
is that
number
they care.
one.
The only thing that shocks me is that anybody cares about that.
First shock, mild shock, is that a church would just unabashedly hire a sex offender as their pastor. Like, you would think that, like, going into the relationship with their new pastor, that you don't knowingly hire.
There are certain things that just disqualify you.
Yeah. It'd be one thing it's horrible when congregations stick by their shitty pastor. Right. Because they all fell in love with him and it turns out that he's a piece of shit. Right. Like, you can kind of get your mind around the psychology there and everything and go, okay, well, whatever, that's horrible. They should be.
But they already,
But they already had a relationship with the person. This, they know the way to go into it.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Yeah.
And then the real shock, as you say, is that the Southern Baptist Convention actually has done the right thing.
Yeah.
And
said, no, you're not one of us then.
This article goes into all of the political movements that made this possible. Suffice it to say that the executive committee or whatnot of the Southern Baptist Convention, the executive committee, is that what he said, they took this action after a lower committee recommended that this is what they do. Okay, cool. They sort of investigated and asked some questions.
It's being moved up the committees.
Yeah, they asked the questions. They found out that it was true. Yeah. So this is what they have done. The name of the church is Ranchland Heights. They say that it is no longer to be considered in friendly cooperation with the Southern Baptist Convention, said the Reverend Mike Stone, chairman of the executive committee. He would not share why the church was being removed, but whoever runs their Twitter feed, I believe, was willing to dish. It said the executive committee has moved to disfellowship Ranchland Heights Baptist Church in Midland, Texas, because of its employment of a lifetime registered sex offender as pastor.
Well, at this point, if you're a member of that congregation, you almost get what you deserve. I mean, if it weren't that I'm fearful for the children, I'd just be like,
and the women folk.
Well, that's true. They probably didn't get a vote, so it's not their fault. It's only the men that get to decide things in this world.
Yeah, indeed.
All right. Well, I'm going to close this out on what I consider to be a positive note, which is that in Florida, there's a very famous place called the Holy Land Experience.
Oh, really?
I think you remember this from the movie Religulous. I think that's the place.
Oh, that place
that Bill Maher visited, where he talked at length with Jesus,
right,
and various other apostles and whatnot. You're various and sundry. You're
it was like a living history thing.
Right? Yeah. And they got all
reenactment.
I think they had all sorts. Yeah, they had live shows that would happen all over the place and whatever.
Yeah.
Well, they won't. They're not talking but they did file a thing with the state letting them know that they are going to be laying off 118 people, the bulk of their employees. So we don't know what's happening. Apparently, you can still buy a ticket to this place, but it's going down. It is sinking like Ken Ham's ark.
What? I mean, what do you do if you've invested the bulk of your career in being a Jesus impersonator? Right?
You take that show to Vegas, baby. You do Jesus as Elvis, and then you got a whole show. You switch around some lyrics.
Yeah.
Oh, let me be your savior.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You can do a whole shtick.
Yeah. That's your only hope.
You got nothing at that point.
God.
Well, I mean, you can also rent yourself out for picture. Have you ever seen any of the engagement announcements that have Jesus in the picture?
No.
With his hand on both parties?
No, I have not.
Birth announcements. What? Sure.
This is a thing?
Oh, it's a thing. I've seen it on the interwebs. The Mormons don't really do that shit, but
no.
Down in the South, you could find some people to hire you to be in their photo.
You gotta have the right look, though.
Well, you gotta. Oh yeah.
These are guys who are cultivating a good beard.
You gotta have a well manicured beard. Yeah. You gotta have nice long hair.
Yeah. It's the only way you get to sort of have that hippie look as a Christian.
As a Christian,
be acceptable, right?
Yeah. Yeah, if you own the sandals and the robe, you're golden.
This can't be a thing. Are you serious?
It's a thing. What I want to see some representation. I want to see a fat Jesus out there getting work. I want to see, obviously, black Jesus needs to happen. I want to see girl Jesus.
Dan.
Yeah?
I want you to grow out your hair and offer your services here in Utah.
I don't have the hair for it anymore. I used to.
You can be middle-aged Jesus.
I had gorgeous...
I mean, that is part of the problem. You are clearly older than 33.
I am at this point.
Yeah.
It's all gray now. I'm too old for that. I gotta
middle-aged Jesus. Yeah,
I could be
also
Satan.
A thing. You age out of being Jesus.
You hit a ceiling
window.
It's like being an athlete. It's like being a professional athlete. Eventually, you're gonna age out.
Well, to be honest, it's kind of probably the perfect a professional athlete could probably transition into being a professional Jesus. The timing is probably pretty good, right?
There you go. All right. Well, I mean, don't waste your $50 on a ticket to the Holy Land. That's what we're getting at.
Yeah. Yep.
Listen, kids, if you have been to the Holy Land and would like to lament its demise, please feel free to write into us, podcast@thankgodimatheist.com.
Or call and leave a voicemail message. The telephone number is 424-666-8442.
Yeah, go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/TGIAtheist, and click on that like button.
And while you're there, search for the TGIA Members Only Lounge and request to join. Is a closed group, but we will let you in. Also find us on Twitter @TGIAtheist. It's awesome.
Frank.
Dan.
There's a plan in place.
Oh, I like a good plan.
Oh, you don't like this one.
I don't?
It's going to ruin everything.
Oh.
And you won't like who's made this plan. This is the Jews. And you want to know how I know it's the Jews that are the problem? Because Rick Wiles is talking about it. And if Rick Wiles is talking about it, there's only one place that any of his slippery slopes end, and that's in a synagogue.
Oh.
He's talking. Who's he talking to? He's talking to some lady. He's talking to some people. He's got guests who are experts in Judaism, and they're gonna tell you all about what's happening. It's a plan.
Oh, did you know that they're Messianic Jews? Is that clear in the clip?
They're Jews for Jesus.
Isn't that what a Messianic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
here we go.
They want to rule the world. They want to get Gentile riches, and they want to rule the Gentiles. They don't consider Gentiles fully human beings. And in fact, as an end game, they have this strange doctrine, Adam Kadmon doctrine, which Adam Kadmon originally was, according to Zohar and Talmud, he was androgynous. Adam, like he wasn't male, or he was male female in one body, and this is why you see this transgender agenda today, and there are laws, very serious laws, passing in Alberta, Canada.
Is Zionism behind the transgender movement?
I don't think Zionist Christians are aware of this. They're not aware of many details of what
But is Zionism?
But I think that, yes.
Does the transgender movement get its origin in Zionism?
Yes, it gets its origin in Zionism, and it gets its origin in the Talmud, Zohar, and Kabbalah. It's a Kabbalistic doctrine of Adam Kadmon, which is eventually they have this doctrine called Tikkun Olam, repairing the world. Yes. So how do they want to repair the world? They want to bring it to the original. Who was original Adam? He was androgynous. So now they're putting specific things in food and drink, and they're basically their end game is to make humans that on Earth that will survive whatever it is they're bringing androgynous. The transgender agenda.
What they're really trying to do is undo God's creation.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they are at odds with the Creator.
Right.
The thought that they're putting stuff in the food and in the water supply to make people androgynous, what would that be? Like, what exactly, I want to know what research facility they have, what sort of Nazi-like research facility they have where they're testing different things. Does that make you more androgynous? No, oh shoot, it just made them grow another head.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
this whole conspiracy theory is so wildly out of control.
It makes skin repel makeup, right?
Or
and
attracts it.
Hair just sort of naturally kind of just falls off at a certain length.
So all hair grows to a nice medium page boy.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. What else could it do?
I think
inhibits boobs
or
development,
or grows them on men.
Oh,
everybody gets just moderate boobs. Nobody gets big boobs. Nobody has pecs. It's just moderate boobs for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That sounds like a really good plan.
It's a perfect plan.
They've cleared like. But first of all, how do transgender people fit into this?
Well, they're the front lines in this war to, first of all, of androgyny.
That makes no fucking sense.
Right, exactly. Switching from like
gender conforming. Right?
Yeah. I think they're probably seeing, somebody who's non-binary, because all the kids these days, they're doing the non-binary thing. Boy, that just bakes their noodle. These people can't.
Yeah.
These people can't handle that. Pick a side.
But that's not. He's just fucking confusing a lot of different things here.
Look,
and just I can't even believe we're trying to make heads or make sense of this damn thing, because it's just it's so.
It's
stupid.
It's so batshit crazy. It's literally break out the tinfoil hats. They're turning the frogs gay. It's all just madness. I also love at the beginning how she says that, the Jews are the ones who don't consider anyone who isn't them fully human. Oh, they're the ones? Are they the ones that do that? Anyway, hey, we had some people contact us.
Yeah.
Here's an email. It is unsigned. It says, "Hi, Frank and Dan. Past couple years, I have realized how much it bugs me when people say bless you when I sneeze.
Oh, really?
I know it's a common thing, but people that I know aren't religious even say it to me. I wish people thought about why they were saying it before they do. I'm wondering if this is something I shouldn't even pay attention to and forget about it like I do every time someone says it to me. Or should I respectfully tell them how I feel?
Oh, my God.
Been a listener for a couple years, and you two have helped me through a lot. Keep on doing what you're doing. Well, friend, here's what I say. Here's the thing. If you're around me and you sneeze, I probably won't just say bless you, because I like to go all the way with it and say, may the Lord bless and keep you.
Right.
Or God bless you very much. Or something like that. I like to go all the way with it and have some fun with it. Because look, the phrase bless you and even God bless you are not religious phrases anymore.
No.
Not in this culture. Those are cultural phrases now.
Just bless you.
Bless you. You can ignore it completely because nobody actually means. They're not thinking, oh, I hope God blesses you right now. It's just this knee-jerk saying thing. So I think you can safely not worry about it.
Okay, I got a couple things to say about
Okay.
this. Okay,
sure.
Because as a sneezer, as somebody who sneezes a lot, which, dear listeners, I know you don't know this about me because I don't sneeze on the show, right? And if I did, it would be edited. We would clear it out.
Right.
But I sneeze a fuck ton in the normal course of a day. Right? Like I wake up and sneeze and blow my nose and sneeze, and it's just a mess. I sneeze at work, all through the day, whatever. Well, because I sneeze so much and people were just like saying, bless you, bless you, bless you so much around me that I told everybody in the office, I was just like, hey, listen, everybody, I've been blessed enough. Right? I'm letting everybody off the hook. If I sneeze, don't feel like you have to acknowledge it or you're being impolite or something. Like, I get it. I just sneeze a lot.
Yeah.
Right. And one of my coworkers sits like right next to me. She goes, oh, you atheist. I was like, it's not that at all. Like,
it's just
first of all,
it's very funny that we're all supposed to acknowledge your sneeze.
Right. That's my other point as a sneezer.
Yeah.
Right. Is why the hell do we have this custom only for sneezing? You cough, nobody says anything. Right.
You can, but it's an iffy thing. It's not.
It have to be like if you're just like, is somebody? No, nobody's gonna say anything. Right.
But a big sneeze. Here's the thing. It's because everybody in the room has to stop. We're all having a conversation. There's four of us having a conversation, and then one of us goes, and then we all wait, and then it's like it's almost like saying, "It's okay, you interrupted. We understand."
Oh, God bless you.
Bless your heart.
Bless you. Bless his stupid little heart. His sneezing little heart.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, but
it's a strange custom.
But bless you to me is the same thing as Gesundheit or whatever. It's just a cultural saying. It's not nobody is thinking about Jesus in that moment.
Yeah, but I don't even like the acknowledgement. Don't acknowledge. Please, everybody, just ignore my sneeze.
Oh, no, we can't help it. It's just
ignore the sneeze, everybody.
It has been ingrained in us since birth. We're gonna say something.
I would like us to all, from now on, to just act like it didn't happen.
I'm gonna make a bigger deal now. Every time I hear you sneeze, I'm going to make a big issue of it.
Okay, cool. It's fine.
All right. Well, thanks for writing in. We have a voicemail.
We do have a voicemail. This is a listener who has a school assignment and is looking for some help on it.
Okay.
And wants our
expert advice.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Maryland, and you probably won't use this, but I'm a student, and I go to a Catholic school, and I'm currently writing a paper, and it's why should faith remain or not remain constant in face of, atrocities like the Holocaust, because we were reading a book about the Holocaust. So I need, 3 reasons, because I kind of like pissing off my Catholic English teacher. So I was wondering what your thoughts were on, what were some reasons, why faith shouldn't remain constant. I know it's Catholic school, and Catholics like to do a lot of, backflips to try and get to, to justify what they think, but I was just wondering what you thought.
All right, Sarah. We'll do your homework for you.
Faith. Okay, so the question was, why should or shouldn't faith remain constant in the face of atrocity?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a tricky thing because like perspective is everything in this one.
Right.
You know, if you're a deep believer, faith should remain constant in the face of anything. If a dragon eats your brother, like you should stay faithful.
You can have crises of faith as a believer as long as
the result is correct.
The result is because then your faith has been fortified and strengthened. It's been through a difficult time, right? Like the steel is being forged, you know, right?
Yeah, right.
But like, but
the point is that faith is like the worst thing you can have.
Right.
Faith is a belief in things unknowable.
Right.
By its definition, that's foolhardy.
Right.
So whether it's in the face of an atrocity like the Holocaust or in the face of a tree next to you,
it should always be dwindling.
You should always be like, I don't know. Doubting one's faith should be the first resort.
Yeah, and I think that that's actually the right approach here, right? Is to take the question of atrocity out. What is the value of faith? Right?
Yeah. Yeah, where is that intrinsic value?
Yeah, why is that something that people would want when it often leads to, you know, having sort of a delusional concept of the universe and life, and
here's the thing:
your responsibility to
even
every man and
every faithful person knows of the existence of faithful people who are faithful in something completely different than you're faithful to.
Yeah, exactly.
So every Catholic must look at a Muslim and go, "Well, your faith is wrong," and look at a Jew and go, "Well, your faith is wrong."
I mean, good on you, I guess, for sticking with it in face of the Holocaust.
Right. So, like, no matter what, somebody's faith is wrong. Just the fact that there are so many creeds, so many denominations, so many different versions of faith out there,
I think
you should always doubt your faith.
I think that, like, your average, you know, intelligent person of faith, right? That they have to have an ecumenical view of religion. To some extent, they believe that their Catholicism is obviously the best way, right?
Right.
But I don't think they view the faith of Muslims or of Jews as being a wasted exercise, or that they don't have faith in essentially the same God. It's just that their practice is different and foreign and lesser and not their pure Catholic way, right? And so I don't think that they think, oh, your faith in Allah or whatever is wasted, right?
Right.
Now, you go find yourself a good evangelical Christian, and they probably do think that, right? But I think, you know, the thinking person of faith, right? Don't they?
Yeah.
Don't they?
I don't
hope
know.
they do.
I mean,
don't all roads lead to the same place? Isn't that kind of their thing?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they don't lead to heaven. For a Muslim. But it's like, it's cute that they're trying. I think that's basically it.
I suppose that's true.
There's like this general...
Right, because I guess with Catholicism, if you're not baptized, you're damned, right?
Right. Yeah, you don't get last rites at the right moment. Who knows what's going to happen to you?
Oh, God. Yeah, who knows?
They should give you last rites when they baptize you. Just to make sure it's covered.
Just a regular, sort of an annual basis.
Yeah, you can renew it each year. Oh, my goodness. Do we have any folks to thank?
We actually do, yeah. We have one new faithful listener, Scott. Thank you very much. And then we have 2 new venerable listeners. Woo. We have Jenny and we have Brandy. So thank you so much to the both of you. Wow. And as always, Dan, we have our top donor.
Oh,
our Lord and Savior, Davis.
Oh, Davis, thank you so much. If you guys want to become part of this crew, the most beautiful people on the earth, you can go to thankgodimatheist.com. You can click on the support tab, and then you decide what level you want to support us. It doesn't have to be a lot, but your support means so much to us. It's the main way that we keep this thing going. We do have ads, but believe me, it's nothing compared to our listener support.
Yeah.
So we thank you guys so much, and yeah, go do it.
Dan.
Yes.
BYU, as we mentioned at the top of the show,
the Brigham Young University.
Yeah, they did something very unexpected, I would say. This week.
Yeah.
They changed, or I guess they removed some wording from their honor code. Now, for those of you who don't know sort of BYU and the on-campus culture of BYU, they have this honor code.
You can call it that.
Right. A lot of institutions will have some kind of honor code, right? This is not a completely foreign or strange concept, right? No. But what BYU has done with their honor code is that they essentially have, they use it to enforce certain things from all their students, such as church attendance, abstinence from sex, alcohol, tobacco, all the coffee, all the things that Mormons are not supposed to do. They have it sort of codified and in the rules of BYU, and students can sort of rat each other out.
Yeah.
Right. There are also other things such as there's sort of dress and grooming standards, which are enforced. And if you violate these things, you were referred. They say that you were referred. You were reported to the honor code office.
Right.
Or sort of the on-campus religious police,
who have the authority to take various steps, including and not limited to kicking you the fuck out of the school.
Oh yeah, if you violate the honor code, you can be kicked out of BYU.
Yeah, and they have other lesser punishments and whatever.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, they used to have wording that was like, no homo. Was it basically?
Yeah, it was the whole you can be, but you can't act.
Right, yes. Yes, they had gotten so progressive that they had said, you can actually be gay, which when you were there, you couldn't even tell anyone you were gay, or you would have gotten the boot right then, right?
Yeah.
But then they were like, oh, look at how progressive we are. We allow people to be gay here. You just can't do gay.
Right.
And probably don't wear a weird color while you're here. Don't get weird about it.
No rainbows.
Yeah. Literally there was wording about appropriate gender specific behavior.
Yeah. Oh my God.
No involvement with pornographic or indecent material.
But no students are allowed that.
Right. Which you are telling college-aged people not to have sex and also don't look at porn. Good luck. Anyway, and then no inappropriate sexual activity, which they still say nobody's allowed to have sex outside of a straight marriage.
Right.
There's a one man, one woman marriage is the only time any BYU student is allowed to have sex.
Right.
And then they said no homosexual behavior.
Right. Well,
whatever the fuck that means.
Right. So they removed this.
So they removed the no homosexual behavior. It's now
right.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, there was celebration.
There was
on
much
BYU
rejoicing.
campus. And there was a picture on the front page of the Salt Lake Tribune this morning of two female students kissing in front of the Brigham Young statue.
Two ladies kissing.
So there was celebration, and people thought this was going to be a major step forward for the university. However, today the university made it really clear that while the wording might have been removed, the rules have not changed.
Right. Well, what they said was that the principles of the honor code remain the same. This was a tweet.
What the fuck this means?
BYU's. I have to follow BYU's Twitter now apparently because they were trying to just sneak this stuff in under the wire. They just tweeted out that there was a new change to the honor code.
Right.
That honor code, by the way, is universal to all. The honor code itself, even though there are slight differences in like dress codes and stuff, it's universal to all church-owned schools.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's interesting. But yes, apparently they honor code office director Kevin Utt has said that that the changes, even though we have removed more prescriptive language, the principles are the same. We don't know what that means.
No.
And they have also tweeted out that they will be handling any questions that arise on a case-by-case basis.
Oh, great.
Quote, for example, since dating means different things to different people, the Honor Code Office will work with students individually.
How does it mean different things to different people?
Well,
dating?
To some people, it means just, going roller skating at the local rink.
And to other people, it means going to get ice cream at the Cougar Eat.
It means hardcore pornography and orgiastic sex.
I don't,
So certain students have called in and gotten word that holding hands, who knows? It is now dangerous waters.
Well, yeah, because
that need to be tested. We'll see if those two girls on the cover of
if they're students next week.
Yeah, exactly.
Still at BYU.
Well, they'll probably. They would probably just get sort of a very stern talking to, and
but they got their picture taken and it was published on the front page of the Tribune.
I don't think they'd get ejected because it would be too big of a scandal if they got ejected.
Well, fair enough.
So I think they will get sit downs with bishops and all sorts of people talking to them. I think very serious men in very serious dark colored suits will have very serious conversations with them.
And they'll probably let them sort of through on a technicality.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, sisters,
because
we understand
there was some confusion.
We understand that you didn't know, but we're very concerned that you would have done this in the first place. What's going on, sister? Sister Johansson, are you okay? Have we failed you in some way that you would act against the church like this?
Yeah. Under the gaze of Brigham Young statue.
Gaze under the gaze. It's
oh God.
Really, there's no story here because the more things change, the more they remain the same.
Yeah, no.
The Mormon
I just
Church
love the sort of this attempt to they want it. They're trying to take away their PR problems,
right?
Because they would love for all the progressives in the world to look at them and go, look at how progressive this church is,
right?
Even though they want nothing to do with the progressives of the world,
right?
They want
everyone to like them.
They want everyone to like them, so they're trying to get rid of all these PR problems,
but not change.
But they don't want to actually change the underlying sort of issues and problems that they have in order to just these PR problems just wouldn't be a thing. Right. There would be no little sticking points if they just fundamentally just got cool all of a sudden about gay people.
Right. So what ends up happening is they keep trying to make these things that will be like, they try to like quietly take away something that looks bad. And then when everybody goes, whoa, you took that away. Are you changing? They're like, oh, no.
You didn't think that
No, we're not.
by us no longer prohibiting it in writing meant that we allow it.
Right.
Do you?
Yeah,
No,
it's-
that's a strange conclusion to jump to.
Yeah.
How funny.
The same thing kind of happened recently when they changed. All of this arose because they changed their handbook. And the handbook is what goes out to, it's what their leaders are supposed to go by.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. And they took out some anti-gay language in it, and they changed around some stuff. And there was some stuff about trans people that's now in the handbook.
Oh.
That's fascinating.
yeah.
It's the same sort of thing where they're like trying to be cool, like, just so you know, you should be warm and welcoming to all people who want to come to your church and want to be, worship there and all that sort of thing. But also, we know that trans people are bad and like gender's a real thing and biological, whatever you were assigned at birth is what matters, and that's all that matters.
Right.
And this nonsense is not okay.
Yeah. Well, and with these changes, they've also officially banned transgender people from the temple.
Right. Well, yeah, exactly. If you, and again, they're saying, if you feel trans, if you feel it, that's one thing. But if you start to make a transition, if you start to actually act in accordance with your actual gender identity, then we got a problem. You can feel the dysphoria. That's fine with us.
God, that's fun.
It's so messed up. Yeah, exactly. So
great.
yes, if you try not just medical and surgical interventions, but like literally just social, just saying, hey, please call me by the correct pronouns.
Right.
No, they're not cool with that. That's not going to be okay.
And then you're banned from the temple.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, count yourself lucky.
Right.
If you get
Oh
banned
no,
from that
I don't get to go to the most boring, weird ass place on earth. Oh gosh. Well, I guess
I learned my lesson.
Don't throw me in that briar patch. Oh god. Okay, I guess I'll just not go. Darn. Can you ban me from my work too, but still get me paid? I would love it. I would love it. I'll be as trans as you want. Oh well, that's the Mormons. They're out there doing the good work of not doing anything.
Lord.
All right. Well, kids, if you have any thoughts that you'd like to write into us about, you can do so. It's podcast@thankgodimatheist.com.
Or call and leave us a voicemail message. The telephone number is 424-666-8442.
Yeah, go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/TGIAtheist. Click the like button. Do it!
And while on Facebook, search for the TGIA Members Only Lounge and request to join. It's a closed group. It's moderated. It's awesome.
Yeah. Hey, and do the Twitter thing too, @TGIAtheist. Do all those things. While you're there, look, we need to appreciate who's working the magic on these things. Mackenzie, thank you so much for your work on the members or on the page. Thanks to Danny and Amy for working on the members only lounge.
And of course, a big thanks goes out to the Red Rock Hot Club and to Gordon Johnston for the use of their music.
And thank you so much to you, dear listener, for tuning in.
Bye-bye.